Hey, hey everybody. Hey, happy St. Patrick's Day. It looks like my feed is a little slow, so I'm just going to double check. I think we are live now. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And I know it's probably the most unusual St. Patrick's Day I personally have ever experienced, but I also want you to know that the spirit of St. Patrick's Day, the words of wisdom of St. Patrick, the reason to celebrate, even no matter what the current circumstances are in the world, in your life. I want you to find peace and happiness and joy and to have the ability to focus on something. So it is Power Up Your Life in Practice Tuesday. I have been in other groups. I've been posting and I've been talking about, how we're thinking, what we're doing, how we stay open in service, what we need to do to be safe. And I'm not going to cover that right now. What I want to cover right now is more about you, who you are, how you're showing up, the decisions that you personally are making, and how to, walk in faith instead of in fear, right? So I think this is a real important piece of our life right now because, boom, you could be scared out of your mind right now, or you could say, this is what I know. This is what I believe. I am going to not let the current life or circumstances control me. I'm going to be smart. I'm going to be safe, but I am going to continue to live my life. I was talking to one of my nieces this morning, and she was saying, her husband and I are cooking more, and, the kids are home. Some of the kids are still doing some work, but the idea of, recharging, reconnecting, and using this time. For those of us who are chiropractors, we're still in service. Our practices are open, and at least in the United States, unfortunately, not all over the world, but we're here to help. We're here to make a difference. But what I really want to talk to you today is about how you manage what's going on between this, right? What's going on in your head, what's going on in your heart, and what it is to control your mind, right? So controlling your mind is, first of all, the idea that you've got to focus on what matters most. My dad was a huge pragmatist. I would say, Dad, are you scared of this? Are you scared of that? And he would say, honey, when it's your time, it's your time. Or he'd say, whatever will be, will be. And he just operated out of this, like, I am not in charge here. Yes, he made good decisions. He took great actions, but he was himself willing to only focus on what he could control and let go of what he couldn't. So I want to say to you right now, figure out the behaviors, the thought processes, the anchors that you might need to surround yourself with, the habits that make you confident, make you certain, make you like in a state of calmness, centeredness, and walking more in faith than in fear. Because you are a role model right now. People are watching you, right? They're watching to see how you respond and how you react. And I do believe that I either posted this or spoke about it. I've been doing so many podcasts with other people and speaking to clients. But Viktor Frankl told us years ago that, we have, in any given circumstance, we have the opportunity to decide how we're going to behave, right? And I want you to really hear that. This can be a time for you to be incredibly kind, generous, accepting, loving, compassionate, right? And I know you probably, if you're on my feed, you're probably one of those people already. But what if you're going to upgrade that, even go to the next level? Where can you, besides in your practice, help and be kind and be a role model in certainty and in confidence and in self-care and in setting boundaries, right? So this is a time for you to also teach people how you're thinking, right? Are you thinking critically? Critically meaning that you're looking at everything, evaluating, assessing, and determining its validity, its worth, its value, right? Because some people are just hearing one thing and they just act as if. They're not critically thinking. Now, for those of us on this feed, we're probably also holistic thinkers, right? We're looking at expanding how we're thinking, what we're seeing, looking for patterns, looking for trends, focusing on the thought process of expansiveness, interconnectedness, like what I think affects how you think. How I act affects that ripple effect of our life, right? So I wanted to just say to you today, it is time for you to decide who you are, how you're going to behave. Are you going to be kind, generous, gracious? Are you going to be a role model? I want you to step into the future. I shared on another podcast that I did earlier today is that there's an old saying where the student goes to the master and he says, Master, every time I meditate, I feel challenged. I can't stop all the, crazy thoughts in my head. I can't sit still. My body aches. And the master said, you know what? This will pass. And a week later he came and he said, Master, I have mastered meditation. I was centered. I was calm. My body didn't hurt. I was focused. I was perfect at meditating this week. And the master said, this too shall pass. So I want you to step into the future because the future will be created by the decisions you make today. Will you regret anything? Right? Will you be ashamed of actions you took or you didn't take? Only you can decide and prevent regret in your future. But I think that if we as a whole see the possibilities, focus on the good news, focus on what we have control of over, focus on our own behavior, our own thought processes, we can really absolutely make a difference. I want you to think about the idea of right now is that people need your voice. They need your credibility. They need to hear from you regularly. They need to get information about how to navigate this time, how to take care of themselves, how to manage stress, how to become more resilient, right? So I have a shirt on that says, I can help. I want you to step into that mode that you can help by how you think, what you say, what you believe, the confidence, the courage, the decisions that you're making to move humanity forward. So confidence is a commodity that we can continually increase, right? By how we hold our body, the things we say, what we do in our environment, what our anchors are. And so right now, you have the opportunity to really shine and be a source. I want you to protect your own environment, right? What goes on in your head, what you're listening to, how you're spending your time, getting some sunshine. It's gorgeous out. I'm going to go to the beach later. I've got a couple more hours and then I'm going to go to the beach and I'm going to see the sunset. So the most important thing is that there's a shift coming, right? That how people look at who we are as chiropractors, how people look at humanity. I think about the time after 9/11. I think about losing family members. I think about when I have conquered trauma, drama, unknown circumstances. What did I think? What did I do? Who did I spend my time with? What went in my head to help me navigate that time, right? So you have gone through difficult situations before. You have won, you have mastered, you have learned from them. And so you have the ability right now, or you can kind of see behind me, you see that little button, enjoy life. This is not a dress rehearsal. I want to remind you, this is right here, right now. This is our time. And I mean, this is the time we have. In these moments that we're alive, it is not a dress rehearsal. It certainly isn't what we expected. It's certainly not what we would have wanted, but this is what it is. So love what is, learn how to grow from it, learn how to navigate it, learn how to step into a leadership role. And as I said, be a helper. Do not complain. Do not justify, do not make excuses, but show up as a loving, kind, generous, compassionate person who's willing to move humanity forward. So I love you and I appreciate you. Go out there and live an amazing life. In whatever circumstances you are, you have the decision to make it fabulous, to feel confident about it, to make it amazing. I'm Dr. Shawn Powers. I'm a business coach, strategist, speaker, and author. I'm here every Tuesday for Power Up Your Practice and Your Life. And I'm just going to say one thing. I changed my Facebook Live time because I wanted to go to this one Zumba class on Tuesdays. And today I found out that the gym was closed. So stay tuned. I might go back till 11 a.m. In the weeks to come, as we're not sure what things are going to be. But as I am, I want you to hold on to what you are sure about. I am absolutely certain that chiropractic changes life. I'm absolutely certain that I am not in control, but what I can control, I will do it. I'm absolutely certain that I will set boundaries to take care of me, my family, and my people. And I will not let fear mongering, garbage, social media, the watching news. I will control my environment, and I will show up as loving, kind, generous, and the best version of myself possible. I'm going to look at this time and I will value it for who we became, how we shifted, what we learned, and that we've had an experience that we've never had before. Life's an adventure. Go out there and live it to the best of your ability. I'll see you next Tuesday. Peace out. Love you.